Welcome back to Dave's Garage 365. Today I'm going to be installing a set of Timbrens suspension shocks on my 2019 Ford F-350. I tow a pretty big camper, just recently acquired a Brinkley, and where this truck tows it very nice, it doesn't sag too much. These Timbrens are supposed to add to the suspension and the handling when you tow a camper. So you can see right there that my suspension is fully loaded. Those bump stops are wearing on the leaf springs. And this right here is the factory bump stop for the axle. It's not supposed to provide any shock absorption, as more of just a stop for squat. So these do provide shock absorption. These little discs right here, turns out I didn't need this in the install, but I don't find out until later. So anyways, put it all together. Pretty easy to mount. This one, just one bolt mounts it all together, and that's what the final product looks like. And this is just a side-by-side comparison to the factory bump stop versus the Timbrens that I'm going to be installing. So quite a bit of difference. Should help out when I'm hooked up to this Brinkley and towing. So you can see under here with that half-inch disc, these are too large for my application on this F-350. The bottom of that Timbren sits right on top of that bump stop, and you don't want that to happen. You need like a half-inch to an inch-and-a-half gap for the travel of the rear axle. So you only want these Timbrens to come into play when they're loaded from the camper. And you can see I can't even really get them in there to mount them properly because there's not enough room. And I don't have the truck jacked up. If I did jack the truck up, I could probably get them in there, but that would not solve the problem of them not having enough gap. And you can see right there, needs a half-inch to an inch-and-a-half gap between the bump stop and the bottom of that brace. So there, here it is installed. I took the half-inch disc out, and it looks like I've got plenty of space between those now. So these Timbrens will only come into play when the camper is loaded onto the truck, which is nice. So these look pretty good. I used these shims right here. I shimmed on this one side because of the Timbrens were like kind of not sitting flush with that bottom bump stop thing. So anyways, shimmed them out just a tad. They look really good, and I'm ready to roll with my camper. I'll put another video up here after I test them out, let you know how my travels went, but I think this will help quite a bit with squat and with some extra handling. So here it is on the other side. Hopefully that'll stop that. I'm going to see if that, bottoms out on my next trip. I'll let you know how it goes.